Hi, what's going on, guys? It's Almond. Welcome back to another Wizard101 video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Pendragon rematch, or you could even call this a Pendragon boss, or like even a raid boss. There's so many ways that you can call this because how interesting this fight is. It's so interesting that I broke the fight. So we're going to be talking about that in today's video and my thoughts about it. This isn't going to be a video of how to farm it because this is going to be part of the Arc 2 boss rematches. Like currently we have the Arc 1 rematches, which is like the, obviously Crocopatria, Lord Nightshade, etc. all the way to Malister. They're eventually going to work on the Arc 2 ones, which is going to be whatever, right? We don't know which exact boss they're going to do. Of course, it's probably going to be related to the final boss of each world. But at the moment in Test Realm, you are able to do the Pendragon rematch. But the way of getting it is you have to do the museum and you have to tier up the museum to a certain level. Once you tier it up to a certain level, you are able to do the Pendragon rematch. And to access the Pendragon rematch, it isn't just like something you toss on the ground like how usually it is. Instead, you are actually using the raid gate. So you're using the raid gate that is in your guild, and you are doing this with guild members. Now, for all I know, this is subject to change, right? Maybe they just are putting it via just locked behind guilds currently. At the moment, don't worry about the drops. Like, don't even think about the drops because they're just placeholders at the moment. The drops are very much just placeholders. They just have Arc 1 spellaments, which isn't correct because this is an Arc 2 boss. And then on top of that, the drops when it comes to the museum, because you are going to have to do this rematch for the museum, because there are drops that are from here that you need for the museum, and currently those aren't working either. Instead, it gives you like the housing item, but it doesn't give you the actual drop for the museum, which of course isn't intended. But let's talk about some stuff that's in this fight. Now, it is a very interesting fight, don't get me wrong. After a while of just understanding the fight, you can just pretty much understand it very well. Just the TLDR is you have to kill each boss a certain way. So the white dragon in here, the black dragon's in here, and then the Pendragon. All three dragons are in here. I was kind of hoping for like another dragon, like all four, but I think it's fine. Honestly, it's fine. I'm not gonna complain about something very niche about that, but you have to kill each one a certain way. The black dragon, you cannot single target him. So you can't do like a single trap on him. You can't weakness him or anything like that. You can do AoE stuff like a V-Plague, a mass trap on him. That's fine, but you can't single target him. And if you want to kill him, you can only kill him with AoEs. So keep that in mind. The white dragon, you can only kill with single targets. Now you can't trap him. You can't weakness him. Well, actually, I think you can weakness him, but you can't do a V-Plague or whatever. He'll remove it. You can't do mass traps. He'll remove it. You're not even allowed to blade in this fight because I think it's buggy at the moment. From my experience, is well, sometimes they'll do the cheat and they'll remove all your blades, and then sometimes they'll only remove once. I went back in the footage multiple times and I don't know what's the cause behind that, why it did that, and to me that just does not seem intentional. But there's a bigger thing that is not intentional in this fight, which caused us to win very easy. Obviously, now that I know how to do the fight, it's not like you don't even have to use this cheese. I wouldn't say it's a cheese. I would consider it's not intended in any sort of way. But later down the line, I'll make a video on how to do the Pendragon rematch. But the cheese in this fight, or the broken thing that's in this fight, is so there is a cheat that the black dragon has. If you do a heal that has a hot, like a sprite or something like that, he will hit you with, I believe, the Lemuria Myth spell. Don't remember what's the name of it on top of my head, but he hits you with that and it does mass. So they have access to like Lemuria spells, which is like crazy to even thinking about. Because like, these are Arc 2 rematches, but I think they're just using them as like, for cheats or whatever. So he has access to that and it will nuke you, right? Barbarian Saga will literally nuke you. It does so much damage. And then on top of that, you're getting hit with a dot that will detonate after 5 rounds. So you don't want to do hots in this fight unless you kill him. But there is a cheese with Link. So if you decide to use Link in this fight, and let's say I do Link on the you know, the white dragon, for some reason the black dragon will Barbarian Saga his own teammate. He just hates his teammates. Don't know why. If you do a Link on him, he will hit himself with Barbarian Saga, but he does heal himself because at the same time you are hitting him with a single target, which you don't want to, because if you don't kill each dragon the proper way, they will revive themselves. So you got to keep that in mind. So literally he can Barbarian Saga the Pendragon, he can Barbarian Saga himself, he can Barbarian Saga the white dragon. He can literally kill his own teammates, and we were able to abuse this to do the fight. Now obviously this was for test round purposes, right? I doubt this is going to make its way to live realm, because even if it does make its way to live realm, the fight doesn't drop anything. You are just wasting your time. B, there's no badge behind this. There's no reason. So there's legit, like, and it's locked behind the museum. And no one's gonna get to silver like within the first day, unless they like really spend time grinding that up with their guild. And even then, it's still a long process to do because of all the bugs that are occurring at the moment in test realm. Of course, I'm praying, you know, once this makes its way to live realm, there won't be as many bugs, and you know, the fight will be easier. And well, not easier, just less glitchy, and other mechanics be less glitchy as well. So yeah, so the whole premise behind this is like using that Barbarian Saga to kill the white dragon. The white dragon just doesn't let you do anything. You can't blade, you can't trap. You can still aura though in this fight if you wanted to. Auras are going to be like meta in this fight. I already have a strat somewhat listed. I'm going to start working on slides and putting them in the Discord specifically for Arc 2 rematches. And since this is the first one, I will be putting a like thing in the guild, or not the guild, in the Discord. But I'm going to try to see if devs can give me more rematch keys due to the fact that we are getting reset to 160 on test realm next week, and this is gonna, you know, I mean, it's fine if they don't, but I'm hoping that they can give me 1 or 2 keys to just go back and test some more things, but that's subject to change, of course. But due to the fact that the museum is also getting reset too, so all the progress to the museum got reset. I did record some museum stuff on stream, and I do have some footage on my hard drive, so I will make a museum video later in the week. But there's other things I have to prioritize, so that's why I'm like kind of holding off on the museum. And I was going to try to get to gold for the purpose of the video, but by the time we got there, you know, test room is already shut down for the weekend. So there's that. But overall, I think this fight is really interesting, right? I'm not gonna say it's, you know, the cheats are too easy, whatever. I think it's interesting, right? Being able to just use bubbles are allowed as well, so you can use a bubble. I would recommend that as well. But I don't know if anyone else is going to test this fight in test realm. There might be like one other guild that might, but it's very rare. I tried asking around if anyone else did the Pendragon rematch, and it seems like nobody else has touched the Pendragon rematch. I was just the weird one that was like, hey, can we can we go test it? So hey, I mean, it's a good thing that we did test it. I will always say that it's good too, because the fact that, let's say Arc 2 rematches came out and there's bugs or whatever, you know, there's a lot of issues, I would want to be able to test this stuff so it doesn't make its way to live realm. And that's what test round's for, being able to test all this stuff. So there is some issues with this fight. Some cheats are not working as intended. Of course, being able to Barbarian Saga your own teammate, obviously that's not intended. And then the blade cheat, I don't know if that's intended, of course, of him removing sometimes one blade and then sometimes all of your blades. I don't know. I hope that they tweak some of the animations of this of this fight too, because if you do, for example, like restoring rain, and he removes all your blades, he does one at a time, and it takes so long. And same thing with the traps. The traps aren't as bad because he doesn't do like multiple. He doesn't remove all of them. He just, you know, does one at a time. Which, I mean, hey, I think it would just be, you know, quality of life. It would be nice to just fix the animations of those and just make them quicker. I think that's kind of what I would want. But hopefully they do fix that Barbarian Saga. But it's just funny being able to just find that out within like the couple of minutes of just doing this. But don't get me wrong, like it's not like we beat this first try, second try, third try. It took us a while because of the fact that we had to understand how all the cheats work, which I mean that's just how it's gonna be whenever you're trying to learn how to do a fight. I personally want to write down all the cheats so I know what not to pack and what to pack. Now moving forward, of course, whenever the rematch does come out in live realm, I will do another video and then breaking it down. If you guys really want me to, I can do a video of how to beat the Pendragon, like just fully, and just tell you guys what, you know, just like the usual videos I upload where it's like I pull up the Google slides for you guys and I show you guys like these are all the cheats, whatever. But I didn't want to do that yet due to the fact that some of these cheats are broken. And still, it's just funny to see that he can just literally barbarian suck his own teammate. But yeah, it was just for the purpose of it. It was funny, right? But at least we got to test the Pendragon rematch in test realm, because honestly that's like one of the things I really wanted to do on test realm. Once I saw that, I was like, this is a raid gate, like what, and everything like that. And your stats do get scaled to 100, so I know players might ask that in my chat, like if they were scaled to 160 or like, you know, 60, or if it's, what is it scaled to? But yes, it should be 100 judging by it, due to the fact that we had more HP than what we were having in Avalon, and it's not 160 stats because the fact that our stats would be crazy high. So it's going to be scaled according to the arc. So like for example, arc 1 it caps out at 50, arc 2 is going to be 100, and then whenever we get to arc 3 rematches, those are going to be 150. That will happen one day, but I don't think they're in any rush in any sort of way at the moment. So keep that in mind. But still, the fight is very interesting. Hopefully we get to see some more fixes in this fight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed going over the Pendragon. I will do a breakdown fight down the line of how to do this properly. It's a very simple concept of this fight. It's just you're only allowed to single target the white dragon. That's the only way you can kill him. The black dragon you're only allowed to kill with AoEs, and then the Pendragon you're only allowed to kill with lower pip spells. For testing purposes, I think I did like 5 pip and lower, so like Phoenix works. I did use Hephaestus to kill, so I just did that. It just felt fine. So school pips would do work in that sort of regard, where you can use like a Hephaestus and stuff like that. But yeah, I would recommend doing V-plagues and everything like that. But I wouldn't worry about this fight at the moment, just because, like I said, drops aren't working, everything's not working. It's not for, you're not going to do this in live realm. You're just not at the moment. You're just not till arc 2 spell elements actually get tossed in here. So that confirms that in spring they're going to be working on this stuff. Just saying. So yeah, that's about it. So hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all type of stuff. If you guys do enjoy the content, and you know, you want to join the Discord, check out the Twitch streams. Usually I do all this stuff on stream, so if you guys do want to help out and, you know, want to test stuff and you guys don't mind being in videos, you're more than welcome to stop by the Twitch streams, and I will do more testing on test realm, especially next week, because I have to speedrun through Wallaroo again. So that is it, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.